This is the place where the love between Sariputra and Buddha began. This is Ashutosh Pawadih. Ashutosh has been mispronounced as Assaji by Buddhists. This is where Sariputra heard Ashutosh or Assaji preach Buddhism. This temple is exactly on the spot where Assaji or your Ashutosh. Assaji is a mispronunciation of Ashutosh. He heard he heard Assaji preaching, and he asked Assaji or Ashutosh who his teacher was, and he was told that it was the Buddha who was the son of King Suddhodana, who had left his entire kingdom to find enlightenment. So folks, this is Ashutosh Pawadih. Ashutosh has been mispronounced as Assaji. How I came to this conclusion that this is the spot where Sariputra heard Assaji or Ashutosh speak the law. To understand this, you will have to see the entire video. Now that I have shown you the place where Zhang Zhang is taking us, stage by stage. He has shown us the place where the elephant attacked the Buddha. The Buddha stood his ground, but caused 5 lions to approach the elephant, causing the elephant to freeze in fright. That was Sithaura. Now Zhang Zhang takes us to the place Sariputra sees Asvaghosh. Now Asvaghosh, see, I would like to make this clear to Buddhists. All the Buddhist texts, etc. were translated in Calcutta in the 1850s. Those days, Calcutta was the British capital city of British India. So the translations took place there. And those days there was no school or college in India. So there was no educated Indian to help the Britishers. So the Britishers most probably took the help of some local Brahmin. Which is why you get, Bengali type of names. Now this story is a Bihari story. You are in Rajgir. So you get Bengali type of names. Asvaghosh is a Bengali name, folks. Now the real name you will get on the ground. Zhang Zhang says northeast of the spot where the elephant attacked the Buddha is the place where Sariputra saw Asvaghosh preach, folks. And exactly the northeast, around 1.5 kilometers northeast of Sithaura, is your Pawadih. Pawadih and that is Asvaghosh is actually Ashutosh. There is a Ashutosh Mahadev temple. Ashutosh Mahadev temple. Now Ashutosh has been mistranslated as Asvaghosh. Now Ashutosh is a very common Bihari word. So the actual word is Ashutosh. And it is a Shiv temple. Ashutosh, Zhang Zhang calls it O-shi-po-shi. O-shi-ashu-po-shi-tosh. O-shi-ashu-po-shi-tosh. Ashutosh. So folks, he calls it O-shi-po-shi, that is Ashutosh. It's a Shiv temple. See, that's how the Brahmins diverted the story from the Buddhist story. All the main Buddhist characters, including Anand, have been, their names have been connected to Shiva. That this is one of the names of Shiva. So basically, the village in which this Ashutosh temple is, where what happens is your Sariputra is going with his students, and he sees this Asvaghosh, which is actually Ashutosh, and then he listens to him preach, and this is in the entrance of Rajgir. So this Ashutosh temple is the entrance to the real Rajgir. to the old Rajgir. So he, asks Ashutosh or Asvaghosh or Assaji, whatever you want to call him, who taught you this? Who was your teacher? And then Ashutosh or Asvaghosh says that, haven't you heard of the Sakya prince? He who has left all his country and thing and has become a bhikshu. He is the one who taught me. So after this, Sariputra goes in search of the Buddha, and he becomes his pupil. In fact, he takes Mahamaugliana along. So this is the spot where the Ashutosh Mahadev temple is. Folks, check out what Zhang Zhang has to say, and then check out the picture of the temple itself.
Now let's see, after showing us the stupa where the elephant that attacked the Buddha froze in fright, where Zhang Zhang takes us. To the northeast of this spot, by this spot he means the spot where Devdutt and Asvajit Raja let go a drunken elephant for the purpose of killing Tathagat. So to the northeast of this that spot, that is to the northeast of Sithaura, this is where Sariputra heard Asvajita, O-shi-po-shi. The bhikshu declared the law, and by that means reached the fruit of an Arhat. Now let's see. This is where Sariputra heard Asvajit O-shi-po-shi. See, all these are Bengali types of names, and this is a Bihari story. These are Bengali types of names because the book was translated in Calcutta. Those days when it was translated, Calcutta was the capital city of British India. So there were no schools and colleges, so they must have taken some Bengali Brahman to help them, decipher the words. Now O-shi-po-shi. To the northeast of the spot is a stupa. This is where Sariputra heard Asvajit O-shi-po-shi. The bhikshu declared the law, and by that means reached the fruit. Now let's see where this O-shi-po-shi northeast of Sithaura. See folks, Sithaura is here. So let's see. Northeast is Ashutosh. He is O-shi. Ashu is O-shi. Tosh is Po-shi. Ashu is O-shi. Toshi is Po-shi. So Ashutosh is O-shi-po-shi, mispronounced as Asvajit. And the place's name is Pawadih. So Ashutosh can be O-shi and Pawadih can be Po-shi. So Ashutosh can be O-shi, Pawadih can be Po-shi, but Ashutosh is O-shi-po-shi. So now see folks, they have I have noticed all the well-known Buddhist names. They have converted them into Shiv temples, and see these are proof. They have converted them into Shiv temples and given them names. This is one of Shiva's names. So actually it is Ashutosh in Pawadih. So folks, let's see what Zhang Zhang has to say. To the northeast of this spot is a stupa. This is where Sariputra heard Asvajit O-shi-po-shi. The bhikshu declared the law, and by that means reached the fruit. At first Sariputra was a layman. He was a man of distinguished ability and refinement, and was highly esteemed by those of his own time. At this time, with other students, he accepted the traditional teaching as delivered to him, the teachings of Sanjaya. On one occasion, being about to enter the great city of Rajgir, the bhikshu Asvajit, was also just doing his round of begging. Then Sariputra, seeing him at a distance, addressed his disciples, saying, "Yonder man who comes so full of dignity and nobleness, if he has not reached the fruit of sanctity, how is he thus composed and quiet? Let us stop a while and observe him as he approaches." Now, as Asvajit bhikshu, it's not Asvajit, it is Ashutosh. Ashutosh bhikshu had reached the condition of an Arhat. His mind was self-possessed, his face composed and of an agreeable refinement. Thus, holding his religious staff, he came along with a dignified air. Then Sariputra said, "Venerable sir, are you at ease and happy? Pray, who is your master?" So Sariputra asked him who is his master and what the system you profess that you are as gladsome and contented. Asvajit answering him, that is not Asvajit, that is Ashutosh, answering him said, "Know you not the royal prince, the son of Sudhodana Raja, who gave up the condition of a Chakravarti monarch from pity to the 6 kinds of creatures of 6 years, endured penance and reached the condition of Sambodhi, the state of perfect omniscience. This is my master. As to his law, it has respect to a condition including the absence of existence without non-entity. It is difficult to define, only Buddhas can fathom it." So this is where Sariputra met Ashutosh, which has been mistranslated as Ashwaghosh, so Ashutosh, and this is a crossroad. So this is the entrance of the real Rajgir, folks. The real Rajgir is north of here. So this is the entrance, because see up here. Outside the north gate of the palace city is a stupa. Okay, we have seen that. To the northeast of this spot is a stupa. This is where Sariputra heard Asvajit, the bhikshu, declare the law. So basically, Sariputra was entering the city. Sariputra was entering the city of Rajgir. That means Rajgir is in this area, folks. And there was no place called Rajgir. It was all, Ghoda Katora. So folks, this is your place where Sariputra saw Asvajit or Ashutosh, or in some texts I have read Assaji. So whatever the mispronounced names are, his real name is Ashutosh. This is where he was preaching, and Sariputra asks him and he gets knowledge of the Buddha. After this, Sariputra takes Mahamogliana and they go in search for the Buddha, find him, and they become his disciples. So folks, check out pictures of Ashutosh Mahadev Shiv temple. It is not important to see the Shiv temple, but it is important to see the spot where this incident happened.
Okay, now folks, I am standing in Pawadih at the place where Ashutosh heard, Sariputra heard Ashutosh preach the law. See, this temple where I am standing before is the exact spot where Sariputra heard Ashutosh preach the law. Now, in Buddhist texts, this Assaji or Ashwaghosh. See, folks, all the translations took place in the 1850s in Calcutta, and Calcutta was the capital city of British India, and there was no school or college in India, so there was no educated Indian. So the translators most probably took some Bengali Brahmin, and that fellow supplied Bengali-ish type of names. So you have Ashwaghosh and Assaji. No, it is Ashutosh. Look on the ground. On the ground, it is Ashutosh. There's a temple on the spot where your Ashutosh was preaching and Sariputra saw him, and this is the exact spot where the temple stands. This is the spot where Sariputra asked Ashutosh, who was your teacher that you was preaching such fine stuff? And Ashutosh tells Sariputra about the Buddha. Now it's not Assaji, folks, and it's not Asvajita, it is Ashutosh. So Ashutosh, and see, Asvaji, Jit and Assaji and all these are Bengalis type of names. Ashutosh is a pure Bihari name. So Ashutosh, he tells Sariputra that it was the Buddha who brought him. And then he tells about the Buddha that he was from Koteshwar Nath, not Kapile Vastu, Koteshwar Nath, and he was the son of King Subodhana, who left all his palace, etc., and became a monk. So, folks, this is the spot where Sariputra saw Ashutosh or Assaji or Asvajita preach, and this is the spot where Ashutosh or Assaji or Asvajita told Sariputra about the Buddha, and this is the spot where Sariputra got the introduction of the Buddha, due to which later on
I hope
folks found this
video educative. If you did so, please don't forget to like, follow and subscribe to my page Buddha Exhumed, and don't forget to tell your friends and relatives about this page Buddha Exhumed.